most of Deadset. Three-fourths of you.
I was just fucking doing it.
There's another one there. Good grief. I hope you're all friendly because that looks quite cozy.
It's not very friendly.
Go that way, you can get in.
What?
Hey.
That looks like your publicity photograph. Smashing. Guys, I just realised you've actually got a gig tonight, haven't you? You're playing this evening.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah,
upstairs now.
we're upstairs in the venue, yeah.
Smashing. I'll try not to take up too much of your time. I do apologise for that. I only just spotted that. But thank you very much for taking the time out to have a quick natter with us about the new single and music and mental health, which is what we're focusing on this week.
Nice one. Yeah, cheers, brother.
So for those who don't know you, you're Deadset, UK band from the far wild wests, well, easts of Hull.
Yeah.
And you're a fairly newish band, at least as far as we're concerned. Couple of years about that.
Probably, yeah.
A year and a bit now.
Yeah, about a year of actual gigging.
Yeah.
So let's go for the basics, a bit about the band. How did you guys all meet up? How did you get going?
Maybe Sam and James were like started the band together, really.
Yeah.
But them two were writing together and had a few things going, but it was largely on like they'd written it on. What do you write on?
It was just all songs that we produced on Logic that didn't really have much of a. We had some ideas, but there wasn't a real purpose about them. And then, yeah, you heard some of them and saw some potential. So.
Well, no. So they.
or maybe saw narrow potential.
The lack of potential.
The lack of potential, yeah.
I went to go record it live, like just put the bass parts down, and I got Rio into the drums for it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I played the song in the studio, and afterwards I was sort of like, I don't think this is going to translate to a live setting as a band. I don't think it's going to sound any good. And so, so basically, I ended up writing my own tunes and bringing them in, and being like, I'd rather the band go in this direction instead. And essentially, that's what we did. Like, so then we've all like kind of got a similar mindset on what the sound wants to be now.
Mm-hmm.
But that Heavy Hours was the first song that came to the practice room with, saying like, I think we should do something like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Heavy Eyes is the one obviously we're going to focus on. It's the single came out on the 26th of April. Had a nice video that goes with it as well. It's, I mean, looking at all your blurbing about the band, you're down as it's indie, rock, post-punk. Basically, there's a bit of everything. It's quite slow. It's quite heavy. It's a very emotional song as well when you listen to it. Gives you quite a hit as well. Let's talk about the video for the song, and then we'll talk about the subject matter in a bit, because that's what I want to focus on a bit more. But how did you get the video put together? Because that's quite a nice bit of work.
Was your reference Nick Cave?
Yeah, it was. Do you know the Stagger Lee video by Nick Cave?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was sort of meant to be like that originally. And then the videographer, it was our good mate. I think he sort of just like ignored what I said, but what he came up with was definitely a better idea.
I think it was meant to be in colour originally, but I turned up in these like bug glasses and Adam didn't like it, so they put it in black and white.
Black and white looks more arty.
Yeah,
it worked out.
Yeah.
I think it's because we put up the lighting on it as well. And then, so you had to put it black and white because the lighting was all over the fucking place. So, like, it was the best thing to do.
As I say, it's the lyrics and that I really want to come back to mainly. This week's Mental Health Awareness Week in the UK, which is why we're chatting to yourselves and a bunch of other bands and organisations and charities, because it's something that we here at Moshville Times are very much focused on. We're fully aware that mental health problems affect everybody, either directly or indirectly. And there's a lot in this song in terms of just mental health causing problems with relationships and the instability, and the music actually really helps that hit home as well. Why did you pick that to write the song about? Basically, simple question.
I think we've all, we've all had our own problems with probably substance abuse and stuff like that. And I think it was just, I don't know, shit.
Just present when he was writing it.
Yeah.
I think it's like, even if it's not us suffering it at the time,
Yeah.
we've all got a history of it, and like where we live, it's very like
Mm.
a very prevalent part of life where everyone's sort of abusing some kind of substance, especially like, even if it's just like going out boozing. Like it's such a big culture near here, and it's so easy for us all to fall into the trap of just going out and getting pissed all the time.
Especially being in the music scene as well. Like,
Yeah.
Especially trying to balance that and being in a relationship as well. And obviously, drugs and alcohol are everywhere as well.
Yeah, everything just goes hand in hand, doesn't it? Like playing music goes hand in hand with drinking drugs, and then that goes hand in hand with mental health problems. And like for like I think most of us finding a balance in that lifestyle has been really difficult. Of like managing our mental health problems, but also trying to enjoy what we do.
Yeah, because you've got that 45 minutes to an hour when you're on stage where you've got like this massive high, and then obviously you come off and you just come crashing down. You've got to fill that void with
Just
something.
chasing it all night.
Yeah.
That's why we all go home.
Yes, we've chatted to a few other bands, as I said, and the link between music and mental health is generally a positive one. As you said there, when you're on stage performing, you get a high, and that's a good natural high. That's a good one to chase. And attending a gig, again, that's somewhere where you can feel you're with people and you're surrounded by like-minded people. It can take your mind off things. The focus of Mental Health Week this year is movement. So going to a gig, physically getting off your arse and just getting into a gig can be a major challenge for some people, but can be a big hurdle they've got over. What sort of advice would you give to people that you know? Obviously, it sounds like you're more focused on the addiction and that path into mental health problems. If you've got a friend you know who's struggling, who's got a problem, who's maybe looking like they might be addicted, what advice would you be able to give to them?
Find balance and stay honest.
Yeah.
If you navigate yourself with honesty, then you know when you're going too far, I think.
It's taking account as well, knowing when it's being honest with yourself as well, knowing when the problem's got too far and you need to reach out for extra help from other people around you. Like sometimes if the problem's got that bad, you can't just take all that burden on your shoulders and fix
You're
it
in too
yourself.
deep,
You're
aren't
into
you?
definitely.
You need someone to drag you out and
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like therapy is a godsend, and like recommending people to go to that. Like I always recommend people go to therapy, whether it's even to try, like even if it's just to fucking get something off your chest for a little while. It is really important just to have someone there that you can speak to, that isn't going to be judgmental or, isn't going to judge you for your problems or anything. And it's nice to have that safe space, even if it's just once a week, that you can go speak to someone about stuff like that. And that's really good for clearing up your head. And I think taking the first step into it is fucking so hard. But once you're there, once you do your first session, that's when it eases off and you start to get used to it and it becomes easy. But taking that first step is like a really difficult thing to do. Like you just got to fucking go for it though.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, again, it's a common theme on what we spoke to people about. We always say, and it's really good that we can now talk about it. But I think that the point you made there is that it's often difficult to talk about it for the first time. I think a lot of people see it as a sign of weakness. People are going to think they're not. If you've got the guts to come out and actually speak to somebody, I think that's a very courageous thing to do. But then it means it also takes courage. It's a bit of a problem situation. But you've got therapy. You've got, again, various routes that we can signpost people to, and on most of these articles we'll have something down below or up above depending where you're viewing it, and some organization you can go to. Without getting too personal, is there any way in particular you would recommend as a source of help in terms of therapy? Are you talking about private therapy, NHS?
I mean, if the easiest way to go, just go speak to your GP.
Yeah.
They'll recommend somewhere that's better based on what you need. Like, so then as soon as you get professionals involved, instead of just fucking searching the web and trying to find the best for you, like that's the best way to do it. Like first time I went with specific problems. The GP then recommended me the right therapy to go to. Whereas sometimes if you're Googling fucking mental health services, there's hundreds of options. You don't know if half of them are even applicable to you. You don't know what you need. You don't know if you need counselling, if you need like CBT. So going straight to a professional, there is also another safe space where like they're trained to deal with you. Like they're going to judge you for like how you feel. Like going there first is the best thing you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great that we do live, much as we whinge and complain about the NHS and how much it's straining at the bolts. We've got one, and it is there, and it's there to be used, and you should never feel bad about it. Never at all.
And the good thing about it is free, so you
Yeah.
know there's no like a lot of people with mental health problems are under financial strain as well, and like having a free service there to access, it's like I can't recommend it more, really.
Yeah. Spinning back around to the music, and thank you for being so open as well. What else have you guys got coming up? You've also got the single at Heavy Eyes a couple of weeks back. You got a live date tonight, which unfortunately we won't be able to plug because we're a bit too late for that one. What else have you got on the horizon for us?
Street Sesh.
Yeah.
Got Humber Street Sesh, which is like a local festival that was run by the same Polar Bear. We're playing quite a good slot out. We were playing.
Good slot, yeah.
So the BBC introducing stage are like 6:30 or so.
6ish,
Yeah.
6-ish,
Some
yeah.
time on there.
We went from being like second on one of the stages last year, now like boosting on, so it's quite good for us.
Yeah.
And then playing BBC introducing at the end of May,
So, yeah.
playing the new singles.
We're just writing as well.
Right.
Trying to get out on the road, really. So we've come to a point where we've pretty much done every venue in Hull, and now we're trying to get out on the road, and it's a bit more difficult than
Yeah.
with festival.
Get your foot in the door, innit?
Yeah. Send 1,000 emails, get one back saying no.
Oh, the number of times I've heard that from bands, it is difficult, and we are fully aware of it. And we do try and support like smaller up and come bands like yourself. Just one of the reasons why we're chatting to you, guys. I know it's been a brief chat, but I know you've got your show coming up. Get yourselves all warmed up for that one. It's been an absolute pleasure. If a brief one, we'll make sure we get this up as quickly as we can for you. Keep an eye out for the video, and thank you for your time. Best of luck with getting some more hits on that video. We'll make sure there's a link to that in our article and stuff as well. And maybe we'll see you up in Glasgow one day if you get that foot in that door.
Get some
100%.
links and we'll be there.
Guys, have a great night, and break all the legs this evening when you're on stage.
See you soon, man.
Cheers.
See you later.
Thanks, guys.